I'm Kate.
I'm Allison.
And I'm Sonia.
And today we are dishing from the famed J&G Steakhouse at the W Hotel in Washington, D.C. This is a treat of gargantuan proportions.
And it's just steps away from the White House. It's in the heart of historic Washington. And you will make history when you have some of the wonderful French food with Asian flavors that I absolutely
Oh my goodness, we have so many wonderful things on the table today. Check out this 20-ounce ribeye. Can you believe that? And then you might think that it's a normal crispy organic chicken, but when you pair it with bok choy, you get a little bit of that Asian flavor. Check out the butternut squash soup. Doesn't that look yummy? I can't even believe that those are beef short ribs. We can't take our fingers off the black truffle cheese fritters, and to finish it all off, some J&G cheesecake.
Magnifique.
And today we are dishing with the chief party master,
Supreme
the booker,
Chief Party.
the supreme chief party master. Excuse me, the musical booker extraordinaire. I can't even think
Mr.
of anything else to call him. He's the co-owner of the 930 Club, and you know you've heard of him. If you haven't been there, you got to get there. This is Mr. Seth Hurwitz. Thank you.
welcome.
Thanks.
So much for sitting with us.
Thank
This
you.
wonderful steakhouse and not at the 930
Is
Club
this
where there's no
quiet?
music behind
Yeah,
us.
is this quiet for you?
So the 930 Club is like an institution in DC, which I'm sure you already know. But there's a lot of music venues opening up in the DC area.
Mm-hmm.
How is that good, bad for the industry?
I
What's
actually
going on
like
with
it.
you
You
guys?
know, I think everything's relative, right? So it makes people, I hope, appreciate us more because then they're going to the same place all the time. And you know, I want when people go to the 930 Club, I want it to be special. I want them to be excited about going. And it's we're going to 930 again. No, I mean.
Nobody ever says that.
I want you to
No.
go a lot. That's fine, but I want you to, appreciate us by contrast.
It's
And-
really the only place in town that's that intimate, really? Would you agree?
And
well,
I've heard
intimate is relative. I mean,
Okay.
some people, this is intimate.
Okay.
Some people, Constitution Hall would be intimate for Justin Bieber, we were just talking about. That would be a small gig, but huge for Dr. Dog, who you went to see last week. So it's all relative, but yes, everyone likes to see things close up, and who doesn't? I mean, it sounds better. You know, you can wander around. It's always exciting, and you can see bands, on the way up, and then some that are already big come back and play just to play.
And I was thrilled to also be able to have nice cocktail, choices. There was a
Well,
coffee bar, so
am I.
yes.
There was a great
Cheers.
coffee bar, and there was some delicious hard ciders. You guys have, and and cupcakes and foods and things like that.
Well, when we
It's really-
opened, when we first opened the new club, and we talked about food, and I wanted good food, and people said to me, it's a rock club. Why? Who cares about food? And I was like, no. I want food that I would eat if I went. Why would you have to accept the fact that there's no good food at a nightclub?
Right.
You should have great food. You should have proper air conditioning. You're gonna have good sound. Everything.
bathroom.
Well, that's a funny story because when we were building the place, and we were running out of money, so we always had meetings about building the 930 Club and what to spend money on, what to do, how far to go. And we got to the bathrooms. Well, all the women were like, well, bathrooms are very important.
Very.
Yes.
I mean, if we don't like the bathrooms, we're not going back.
True.
And that means our fellas ain't going back either. And, there you go. You lost 2 customers. So the guys were like, well, we don't care. We just need a urinal or whatever. I mean, guys don't care, right? So we thought, what should we do? So what we did was, and I guess you wouldn't notice this, but we spent money on the ladies' bathroom.
Nice, thank you. We appreciate
So
it.
you had
That's
nice
so sad.
tile
Way to
and
do it.
lighting,
With
and,
the Ariel Barbie.
and then the men, we don't care, so that's fine. But here's another. This place we're in. This is the Hotel Washington.
It was.
Now
yes.
this is your karma thing here.
Okay.
Okay. This is where I made the deal up on the roof to buy the 930 Club.
Really?
When
I-
was that?
I
What
swear.
year? Do you remember?
Well, I bought it in the old one in '86. It was down the street here on F Street, 930 F Street, which is where it got the name, 930. And we moved it to the current location in '96. But I bought it in '86. Me and my partner, Rich Heineke, and I made the deal on the roof here with Dodie, the woman who started it.
So it was about the location, not necessarily the timing of the shows. 'Cause I
No, it
always
was
thought they
yes.
started at
It got the
9:30.
name from the address, but it
It
all
all came together.
We didn't argue at 9:30, and the shows started at 9:30.
Well, how do you feel about all this sort of, I don't know how to call this other than making it into such a big business of ticket sales and all this stuff. How do you feel about that with having such an institution in Washington? And
Well, I don't like to. I hated that when all the Ticketmaster stuff was out there, because this is sausage making, if you know what I mean. It's like people should go to the 930 Club. It should be an escape. They shouldn't be thinking about the business. Like you just brought it up. That's not great.
right.
I don't want people. When you eat a meal, you don't want to think about the business that went into, the steak price or all that sort of stuff. Or
You want to leave going, great show.
Yeah. I don't like that, and that's why I think. I don't want to mention by name, but my competitors that, it's all about just piling prices on and more charges and all that and get all you can. If it's to the point where it upsets people and people are thinking about it, that's not good. I mean, so I don't like all this business talk.
Well, the one part about the business that I do like is when you find new talent. And I think that you've done a really good job of finding some lesser known people to come to Washington and play, and then mixing it with a bunch of people that are really well known. So how do you
would
feel?
like to take credit, but I can't. They kind of find us. So
Okay.
the bands, really, really small bands, we can't put in the 930. It's just too big. But by the time they're at a certain level, they come to us and they want to play the 930 Club, which is always nice to hear.
Well, Ani DeFranco is coming this week, and she's
She
an
is.
institution. I couldn't love anyone more. She's
She
great.
loves to play there. She plays there most tours. Every now and then does
And
something
is your
different.
biggest, because I go to the 930 Club multiple times a year, is your biggest concert typically the Thievery Corporation? Because I noticed they'll play like multiple concerts, 4 and 5 days.
I believe they hold the record for 5 sold-out nights.
5 sold out nights, Thievery.
Whoa.
So who's your
But they have such a
favorite?
local following.
Who's your favorite band or performer that comes to the 930 Club?
Thievery Corp is always a great, great show. We're all proud that they're from DC, and everyone should go see them. I mean, that's a circus. That's a great show. I love, when I was a kid, I went to concerts. So for me, it feels like kind of like cheating when people say, "Well, what was your favorite show?" It's the old stuff. I guess you'd call it old stuff. The heritage acts, as they say these days. The classic stuff that I used to go see when I was a kid, and I'm doing Bob Dylan, or Deep Purple, or Paul Simon. Some of these, and I'm like, wow, I can't believe I'm promoting this show.
George Clinton.
George Clinton, yes. I went
Yes.
to George Clinton at the Capitol Center once when I was a kid, which was an adventure, to go to pretty much just a solid 20,000 black people, and I'm this white kid in the suburbs, but I love this music, and I thought, well, I'll go, it'll be okay, right? And then I felt a little out of place, but
But the music brings you
I
all
never
together.
felt out of place at the 930.
no, not at the
Club.
930, but back then
Back
there
at
was a very,
Landover at the Cap
there was a
Center,
division.
it was a wild.
It was, there was black music, there was white music, and you would be out of place going. But now it's all.
I met
wonderful.
George Clinton. I said to him, "Oh, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to say to you. I saw you across the room." He goes, "Girl, you should just come over and say, 'What's up, Funk?'" And now
Now we
whenever
know.
Now,
I see him, I go, "Hey, Funk."
I'm surprised he didn't just go, huh?
It's a couple of years ago.
He's incredible, and one of my favorite concerts I saw. You can tell I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah,
venue, was
absolutely.
James, and James really brought the
James?
house down. He body surfed through the crowd
Oh.
and danced and around. I mean, you really do get the
You
best
know what?
acts.
Okay,
All
we
the
were
punk-
talking about 930 Club etiquette a little bit earlier. Is body surfing okay?
Well, all the
You're-
punk rock shows I put on, I never have done that, stage dove, except the first New Year's at the 930. We had John Spencer Blues Explosion, and I played drums with him. I sit in every now and then with bands, and the guy, the drummer, who's a fairly big guy, when I was done, picked me up and threw me off the stage.
No.
And I just let it go. I just
Went limp?
put my faith in whoever, and was carried over the stage, over the crowd, and dumped at the end of it.
by your employees.
But for a while there, I was being, I was
Living the moment.
lifted.
Living the
somehow.
dream.
Was it your dream
Now, did
come
you?
true?
So you have some musical background yourself.
Well, I play drums, but I wasn't in, bands except when I was in high school, stuff like that.
Is there any must get right now for the 930 Club? Anyone you all are really
the
trying to
dream.
book?
Well, I'd love the Rolling Stones to
Yes, we
play.
would
love
but,
that.
All right,
We
we'll
would
keep our
work
fingers crossed for
backstage.
that
I
one.
have no influence there, really, but maybe they'll call someday. Who knows?
So do most people, now that the 930 Club has become this institution I was talking of earlier, do they ask you to be there, or do you have to really go looking for people to come and play?
They
I'm
they
assuming
find
not.
us. There's a relatively small group of agents. You ever watch Entourage?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the character Ari Gold, the agent. See, that's my job, is dealing with people like that
Yeah.
all day.
Okay.
So people go, oh, well, it must be fun. You just, I'm like, well, I just argued with this guy and this guy. I had a day of arguing with people like that, and it's not too much fun. So, but I'm not complaining.
And you
I'm
have
not complaining. I get to come here and look at all this great food.
So musicians and artists have their own bit going on, so they have the people doing the work for them that deal with you.
Yes.
But when you actually get to deal with the musicians, what's the most fun part about
Well,
that?
I don't. Well,
We
I
all
play-
wanna- we
I
all
like
wanna be-
playing
Give us some
drums if they
scoop.
let me, but I don't really, I don't talk to them unless I know they're nice. So I kind of scope them out or ask people, what's he like? What are they like? Because some of them, well, I don't want to say a lot of them, but some of them aren't, and I just don't want to talk to people that aren't nice. So I enjoy. If they're not nice, I just stand back. I don't deal with them. It's not like I have to deal with them at the shows. But if they're nice and I'm a fan, and it's still exciting for me to meet people that you're a fan of.
So what I'm excited about is that earlier, before we got on camera, you said that there was going to be a bit of musical diversity at the 930 Club. There's a country act coming.
Ooh.
A head act
Well,
is
we
in
have
town.
really
There's a
bad
head act in
everywhere.
town.
We would be giving you the scoop if we did that.
Good, we need some scoop
Well,
dish with us,
regardless, the
Seth.
scoop
Dish.
is there's a country act coming.
Okay.
Do you want
Okay.
this
Dish, Seth.
cheesecake
Let's
or
have
not?
some breaking. Let's have some breaking
Do I
news.
get,
You get your choice.
I get the steak if I
Yes,
give you this?
you get the choice.
At least the first bite.
February 14th, Valentine's Day, Little Big Town.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you about them. Nicest people you could ever meet. Just the sweetest, nicest people. Well, a lot of country acts are. Except for, I'm not
Oh, come on, dish away.
we don't get
away.
that
What
much
other
scoop.
meal would you
I'll give you a hint. He wears a cowboy hat.
Oh, that's not a big hint.
Toby
Anyway,
Keith.
so much, so much good dish. So much good dish. Thanks so much for being with us,
Sure,
Seth. We
thank
not
you.
only learned a lot about the business that you're in, but also some of the history of one of our local landmarks.
Go ahead. We said
Yes.
institution 17 times and
But
say
it's
it
like a
again.
local
Yes, you've
landmark,
got
really.
fans right here.
That's
Huge
right.
at the 930 Club.
Always love hearing that. Never get tired of hearing that.
And we never get tired of dishing with you. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks.
And as always, thank you for being with us. Follow us on Facebook. Be our followers on Twitter as well. Tell us who you think we should be dishing with. We'll try to have them on here, and we'll see you next time.